Hi, and welcome to my channel, Shades of Sage, where I discuss all things motherhood. I am a doula and mom of 3, and today I'm going to talk about why I don't force my kids to clear their plate. So the reason why I don't agree with that particular mindset as a parent and what I do instead. So let's get right into it. So my answer to this question is actually really simple. I feel as though forcing a child to clear their plate teaches them poor eating habits, and it teaches them to overeat and to ignore their body's cues of fullness. So overeating in general leads to being overweight and obesity and other health problems as well. And I just feel like some adults to this day struggle with overeating because of maybe this kind of approach to eating when they were younger, when they were children, having to clear their plate and ignoring their stomach's cues of fullness or their body's cues of fullness. So that's why I don't agree with it. I don't force my children to eat all of their food on their plate. So what I do instead is I really just encourage them to eat their food or to finish most of their food on their plate. I also am super mindful of how small their stomachs are. When I make their plates, I'm not making their plate for an 8-year-old or for a teenager or for an adult. They're little, so I make their plates little for the correct amount that I feel as though will suit their stomachs. But if they say they're full and they have eaten enough of their food for the night, I will usually just let it slide. And kids are just picky eaters by nature. They are learning new foods and trying new foods, and I encourage my kids to try at least a new food once. So I encourage my kids to try new foods at least once, and it usually takes them about 5 times to actually try a food over and over again before they like it. They like to stick with what they know. They like to stick with foods that they know or foods that they've tasted before. If it's something new, it usually does take me a little bit more coaxing for them to try those foods, but eventually they do like it. They do end up liking that food. And then the kids are like adults as well. There are certain foods they just don't like. I, as an adult, hate avocados. I hate sweet potatoes. And so if they come across a certain food, they've tried it multiple times, they say they don't like it, I respect that. I feel like, that is healthy for them to say what they do and do not like. So I just want to say that, however, there is a difference between making sure that they eat and letting them lead. So I do make sure that they are eating. Sometimes they'll say they're not hungry for lunch, and I'll let them eat a little bit less, or maybe it's something they didn't like and I'll give them something else instead. But I still do make sure that they are eating at the times that they're supposed to be eating, because I know that they're little growing people and they need the fuel from the food. But I also let them lead sometimes. Sometimes I'll ask them what they want for lunch. Sometimes I'll ask them what they want for dinner. And that also helps in guaranteeing that they will eat the food for that meal, because they're the ones that chose it. And I really like getting my kids involved. Like I said, sometimes I ask them what they want to eat for certain meals. Sometimes I will, when I'm making the food list, I ask them what kinds of foods or fruits or vegetables maybe that we haven't had in a while that they would like me to buy. And I love getting them involved, of course, in cooking. I am a chef, so I love cooking, and I love cooking with my kids. It's just something that brings me a lot of joy. Of course, sometimes if I'm rushing, I don't have time to cook with them because they do slow me up, but I love cooking with them. And children, when they cook, they're more susceptible, or they're more likely to eat the foods because they helped prepare it or they helped to make it. So I feel like that is also something that really helps me out as well, is letting them cook with me. Even though they're really little, I'm not afraid to get them in the kitchen and salt and pepper things or stir eggs or make cookies with me. Of course, I supervise the whole entire time, but I do feel like that helps in making them more interested in the foods that they are eating. And so again, as a parent, I just really feel like it's my job to teach them these healthy habits with eating and exercising and all that. I feel like it goes hand in hand, and I try to lead by example. So if they see me eating fruits and vegetables, they're going to be more willing to eat fruits and vegetables because they see me eat it, as opposed to them never seeing me eat those healthy foods and then me telling them to eat it. They're going to be like, why? You don't even eat it. So I really try to build those healthy habits while they're little, while they're younger, so hopefully those habits will carry them to their adulthood. And again, sometimes I ask my kids what they want to eat. Most times they're going to say chicken nuggets and french fries. That's what they say pretty much every single time. But I know that they can't have chicken nuggets and french fries every time that they ask for it, because that's not healthy for them either. So it is a balance, making sure that their needs are met nutritionally and making sure that they have some foods that they enjoy too, because we as adults, we have things we like, we have things that we don't like, and there's things that we know we should be eating or shouldn't be eating, and vice versa. So just making sure that all of those things are balanced. But I am a big big proponent of intuitive eating. That's something that I had to learn later on as an adult, and so, but I'm really good at it now. I'm really good at, if I'm full, I just stop eating, and I want them to be the same way. So if they tell me they're full, sometimes they're slick about it, and they'll say they're full, but I'm like, just finish those vegetables because you ate all of this, so I know you can eat that. I really try to make sure that they do that, but yeah, I don't force them to clear their plate. So, how do you all feel about this topic? Grandmas, grandpas, aunts, uncles, fellow parents out there, how do you feel about this topic? What do you do in your household when it comes to eating and little children? What is your take on this subject? Leave a comment down below. I love to know and get a discussion going to see what other parents or other caregivers are doing out there. That's all that I have for this video. Don't forget about my YouTube live that I am doing on April 19th at 6 p.m. It's going to be a celebration of many things. My 1 year on YouTube, my 100th video, and a couple of other things. So I really hope that you join in. But it is a breastfeeding Q&A, but you can join in if you're a mom or if you're interested about anything breastfeeding related or mom related or whatever. I definitely hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, give me a great big thumbs up. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Remember to let your story be your power, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!